Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So this time I will start planting the new forest on this piece of the layout. It is now October 7th. I've got back from Iowa. I talked about that a little bit in the last video. And, I bought some more scenic materials, so I'm going to get started on scenery hot and heavy in this one. So right here is 24 trees. I built this one on the corner tonight. That's 15 inches tall, so one of my taller ones. Rest of them run in size from anywhere from about 4 to 10, 12 inches, 14 inches. They're painted with the first color, kind of an off grayish brown. Tomorrow when I've got some daylight, I'll take them outside, give them another coat of brownish gray, just to kind of make sure I've got all of the furnace filter material covered. You can see right here, that small one where it's still kind of that off green. So I'll kill all of those colors, and I'll be able to make these trees and finish them tomorrow pretty easily, and then they are going to start going there. So let's see what I can get done on the layout this time. So it's still Friday evening, and I am making a little bit more progress on the layout. So trees still like they were, but as I come in, I will start to put the trees in here, 1, 2, maybe even 3 thick in some of this area. Once I get the trees in place, I'll come back in with glue underneath and do the underbrush, kind of the dark brown, a little bit of green, some clump foliage. This just sort of marks the edge of the vegetation field in and around the rocks. I will come back in, spray this with isopropyl alcohol and build it up so that this area looks more like this area here by the time I'm done. But I'll get the trees in and then flesh this whole scene out all at one swoop through here. And I am thinking, once I get most of the major scenery done, I'm going to come back in with some chalks, and I will highlight different rock surfaces, kind of give some different shades and some colors into the rocks just using chalks. Just kind of make some of the rock strata a little bit more pronounced. So I think that will work, and I think this is going to turn out pretty well. Really thick with trees in here to hide this. Quite a few trees along the edge, again, just to kind of hide the backdrop, a little bit poking through, coming up to the edge. Should be good. Should be able to use all of those trees pretty quickly in this area right here. So let's find out how that looks here in just a little bit. Saturday afternoon, early, and making progress. So got the first bit on those trees, working my way through on those. Hairspray, and then Woodland Scenics ground cover, blended greens, as well as some burnt turf, and then weed, just to give it variety as I'm going. So once I get all of these done, I'll let the hairspray dry for about an hour. Then I will come back in, give them a haircut, and then I can go on to adding the static grass. So by the end of the day, unless something comes up, I ought to have these 24 done, and more than likely in place. We'll see how it goes. All 24 ready for the next step. Get my little pruning shears out, or actually I should say my florist shears, because those are extremely sharp. Perfect for doing the trim work, and as soon as I get that done, it's time to put the static grass on. Time for a haircut. 24 of these. Won't take too long. I'll just show a little bit here. So this is just to kind of get rid of the straight lines, make it look like there's individual branches. It takes a little while, but it's fun. And all of the clippings that come off, you can use everywhere else on your layout. It's for underbrush. It's already ready to be put on. Don't care if you get big chunks off. You want it to kind of open it up, make it look a little more airy. There we go. So you can see a nice little pile already of material that I can use later for ground cover. And this looks, it's got more branches. All right, 23 more to go. 24 trees, given haircuts. Next step, adding the static grass, and then planting. But yeah, this is quite a bit of ground cover material, so I'll add that to the rest that I've got. And we'll keep moving. Ready to start putting on static grass. I'm using a mix down here of different brands, nothing larger than 6 millimeter. Some that's got a little bit browns, kind of more of a mellow green, different color of green, dark bluish green. And I'll mix it up as I go through these. I'll start with one, and then as it starts to get a little bit on the low side, I will add some different color, a little bit of different lengths, just to kind of make these trees stand out so that they look a little on the individual side. So next time I show these, should have them done and ready to go on the layout. There we go, 24 trees, layout ready. So I am going to start positioning these, and let's see how it looks. And those 24 trees are added to the layout. So next thing that I'll do is I will come in and I'll start to put in ground cover and finish this part of it off. Over here, there's going to be more trees coming in up on the top of this, quite a few more in fact. Probably some more small ones in some areas too. When I get down to here, probably 1 or 2 trees along here. I want to kind of keep this area open to look at this area. When I get to this area, there'll probably be several trees right here, just as you're coming up to or off of the little trestle, to kind of blend in as you're looking that way. So I come over here. See, I use that 15-inch one to try to hide where the backdrop comes in. I will use some super tree material in and around here, just to kind of block off the abrupt part of that curve. I did that on the other end. I kind of have that wedged in behind. Those will count as trees because there'll be big chunks of super tree material to look like deciduous trees in there. But so far, I'm happy with how that's looking. That ties it in nice to the other modules. So yeah, I'm a happy camper. I do have more grapevine wire, so I can start doing more trees once I get some of the groundwork done. So we'll see what else I can get done on this one. So just a quick view, looking at it from the other direction, where I've already got, my trestle, my cut through. Yeah, I like that. That's looking good. A lot of work yet to do, but this is fun. This is what I really enjoy. All right, off to more. So wrapping up Saturday night, and I have basically a dozen trees here. Just one small one, and then 11 of the larger trees of different sizes. I still have 9 trunks over there. So here's another 21 trees.
I will come back when I get these more or less done. I'll probably build those tomorrow and then get them on the layout, and then that's probably where I'll pick up on the next video. These have got a few days before they're to that stage, so more trees coming, and then another 3 piles of rustic wire or grapevine wire. About 11 trees each is what I've been averaging, so there's another 33 trees right there. We'll see how far it goes. I'm still going to need a lot of trees. So doing a little bit more, I've got some of the underbrush added and some of the textures fleshed out on this. I'll do a little bit more in some areas here. You can see I've left off over here because that's where more trees are going to go. I'm starting to put a little bit more to define some of the slopes in here, and just getting a start on that, and then starting to put the ground cover along the top of this part. So it's coming together. I've still got to glue this part in place. I'll do that tomorrow. I was just kind of shredding it up a little bit, and I can go from there. So I'm happy with how it's turning out so far. We'll keep adding to it and get some other trees added here fairly soon. Get it up to at least this area, I think, with the next batch of trees. Maybe put in 1 or 2 in here. We'll see how it goes and what I end up with. But that's it for Saturday. Let's see what I can do on Sunday. Well, a little bit farther. I've got this glued in place all along here. I'm not going to do much of anything else until I get the trees put in where I want them. Did do just a little bit more over in here and up there, and that is the offcuts from the pine trees. Just kind of build up in that area there a little bit. So now I'm going to turn my attention to making up another batch of trees. I'm going to start building the ones that the trunks are done, and we'll get them put on here. Another 9 ready for painting and work to get them layout ready. So Sunday afternoon, still sunny out. Letting the super glue dry just a little bit. I tend to put it on a little bit thick so it soaks in and around the furnace filter material. That way I get a really good bite. But I will take these out and paint them in about a half an hour and do the rest of it. I might even get those on the layout yet tonight. We'll see here after a bit. And these 9 are ready to go on the layout. It is Sunday evening. I think I can get them on before I close up shop for the day. It's just 9 of them, so let's see if I can find a home for them on the layout here. Those next 9 are on the layout. So I got them put pretty much where I said I was going to. Got the 2 in on this module, 1 here and 1 here. Ended up getting 3 in over here, and when I make a batch, I'll probably put a small one in here, another 3-inch, so it counts. I've got this area put in with trees. As far as I'm going to go, I'll do ground cover up under here and in and around here. But so far for this weekend, not too bad. I'm happy with how it looks. I will clean my track and I'll run some trains, but I'll do that on the next video. So at this point in time, I now have 35 trees on this module. So that's the official count at this point. So we'll keep going and see what I end up with. But I like how this is looking. This should turn out pretty well once I get everything forested and I get ground cover on everywhere. So with that, that's going to wrap this one up. Keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.